IyandaSiraj, the Eclectic High Priestess. I'm so grateful to be sharing this space with you today. I have a pick a card for you. What astrological placements in the month of January are going to be most affecting you? This is going to include positions, transits, and then any other astrological events that have been included in this jar here. We're going to pull these to see which one's going to apply, and then we will pull some cards to expand on the messages for you. I do hope that your new year is treating you well thus far, and that many blessings find you throughout 2021 or whenever you find this video. So really quick, we have pile 1 with Palo Santo, pile 2 with Cinnamon Stick, and pile 3 with the Bay Leaf. I will give you a few moments to kind of tune in intuitively to see which message is most calling you. We are asking what astrological placements and transits will be most affecting us in January of 2021. All right, let's start with pile 1. And before we look at your first card, we are going to pull you a few transits and placements to see how you'll be most affected. Let's get one more. All right, so for pile 1. All right, we have a stellium in Capricorn, okay? This is actually from December, so this is a carry on into the new year. Aim to analyze personal ambitions and the relationship between purpose of life and occupation. We have Mars, Sagittarius, square Neptune, and Pisces. We have a little bit of sadness, feelings of guilt, pessimism, emotional instability, physical exhaustion. If you want something, check to see if you really do, and don't waste time or efforts. Then you have that's on January 28th, by the way. And then on January 23rd, we have Mars, Taurus, square Jupiter, and Aquarius, impatience, arrogance, superiority complex, ambition, lack of moderation, obstinacy, exercise, patience, channel your energy constructively. Okay, so before we even get started, I'm already feeling a message of a project or idea that you're carrying on from December or from last year that may be moving a little slower than you would have anticipated. Perhaps you've hit a couple of bumps in the road, but this is saying that that any feelings that you've been having, any guilty feelings or sadness or remorse, most of this is coming from a lesson. Most of this is giving you a lesson of how you've shared your energy or how you've been productive or unproductive when it comes to utilizing your energy in the way that will best suit yourself and your projects. Okay, so I think that you're going to be recalibrating, kind of reshifting. I also pick up the energy of just kind of really checking in to see why you didn't accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish, what parts of you maybe were not in alignment with what you were trying to do, and if you were even really passionate about it. So let's move on. So Palo Santo, this is holy wood, right? And when you burn it, it's a soothing energy, smoothing energy, okay? So I feel like if you picked pile 1 with the Palo Santo, that you're being asked to kind of soothe yourself, relax yourself a little bit, to ease any impatience, okay? To ease any overwhelm or overburden during this time. Because it seems like because of maybe a goal, the timeline is slipping for you a little bit. So I think that you're getting frustrated. But this is saying that trust that there's blessings. Trust that everything that is happening is in holy matrimony. I'm hearing holy union with what you're doing, okay? So truth, Saturn, number 6, okay? Here we have the energy of Saturn coming through to ask you in the month of January, those things that you did not accomplish in the last year, how could you better approach items or projects in the future? But it's also saying, what is the truth lying beneath your lack of motivation? What is the truth lying beneath your procrastination? What is the truth that lies beneath? And I feel that you may find yourself exploring this, in Aquarius season or in the top of the year. You may find yourself really reflecting on what is truly going to make you happy, what is really going to progress you, and what is really going to get your message and your light out into the world, okay? So this is something about you moving more into your truth. I also feel like there are some things about your personality or your lifestyle, okay, that you are going to be more truthful about in this time. Perhaps it's about the steps that it takes to get somewhere, to accomplish certain things. Maybe this is something that you're really going to share because it's caused you a lot of frustration in the past. And I think that this transition from 2020 to 2021 is a time where people are really looking for truth, looking for authenticity. They're looking for true life stories of how someone got from point A to point B. So in the month of January for group 1, I feel like any of those negative emotions that we picked up are really just indicators that you may not be in alignment with your personal truth. So let's see what else we have here. It does feel as though, not only your personal truth, but truth of situations. Maybe you felt down on yourself because you were unable to find success in certain situations. And what I'm picking up is that it was an illusion. There's certain things that kind of have stayed hidden from you, but they are for your good, okay? These are things that are for your good. We have nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon, okay? So void of course moon would say that it's not really giving any action, right? Or it's not even really yielding any return. So, or it's off track or not on any set track. So I do feel as though whatever you may be needing to release, whatever you've been working on that has seemed like it's become more of a burden than a pleasure, this is saying that nothing will come of it. And the truth is that nothing will come of it, right? So that's something here for you. I do feel like there is a sense of loss or a sense of ending that's happening from the last year. And I think that what's going to be happening is you're going to be encouraged to go ahead and move towards a course or a path that is more in alignment with you. I think that a healthy detachment from something that hasn't worked or that caused you a little bit of anxiety, even depression, would be healthy to walk away from that thing right now. So let's move on and see what else we have here. When it says nothing else will come of this situation, it just says that there's really nothing else that you can do to change the outcome of this situation because it's just not in alignment. And so that's not necessarily a negative thing. That's really kind of just like, a message so that you don't waste more energy or time, okay? So then you have the planet Pluto, the mysterious, So I'm picking up the energy of really like the universe or God works in mysterious ways, right? And so there is a truth here. I do feel like you're being called to regenerate in the month of January of 2021. If you picked pile 1, regeneration is going to be a big thing for you because Pluto is the primary ruler of Scorpio, and I feel that there is a transformation that's happening. Perhaps you're going to transform an idea into something else. Perhaps you are going to completely walk away from something else and then start something completely different and completely new, because we do get the energy from Pluto of rebirth, okay? I do feel it's also with those feelings of guilt or sadness, even like secrets or worries, you may just need to take some time to really clear your mind and seek the truth of what those feelings and emotions are really saying to you. There is a huge transformation. It's very intense. And I feel that some of these things that are happening, because we have Pluto and then we have Neptune, and Aquarius energy. So I feel that there may be some, Mars as well, but there may be like some unexpected events that are so sudden, and then they really push you through certain lessons that lead to triumph for you, okay? So, excuse me, I would say that anything that's continuing to be veiled in this situation, whether it's veiled from your side or you are veiling it, there is a certain sense of bringing it up to the future so that that you can pursue a more renewed and uplifted future, okay? A more desired situation. All right. So release the situation that you know has kind of come to an end so that you can move more into this energy here. This is also saying that worry does nothing. So you have to make sure that your worry, all of your emotions, all of those feelings are used constructively to indicate to you, or that you're reading the indications about certain actions that you might need to take to alleviate those feelings or those concerns. All right, so let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. All right, for me, this says there is a situation about really crowning yourself with these experiences, okay? Really crowning yourself with the wisdom, with the knowledge that has been gifted you through these experiences. As you notice, it says let it rain, and then let it rain, as in let it rain over a kingdom or something like that. So for me, this is really saying that through the storm, you've been transformed. You really have transformed. So now you are standing in your power, or will be soon stepping into your own power, okay? This is really divine masculine, divine feminine essence coming out of kind of like maybe dark night of the soul energy, right? So with the Palo Santo, I do feel like this has been a holy journey for you, to help smooth things out, to help clear things and smooth things for you. So with let it rain, let it rain, let it rain there, I do feel like this is saying that lots of blessings, lots of wisdom, lots of more aligned energies are pouring into you in the month of January. Let's check out what tarot cards want to speak with you, group 1. There are 6 droplets, so it does feel like, too, that any rain, any sadness or emotions, any uncomfortable situations are meant to bring harmony, okay? They are meant to bring harmony. Let's see what the tarot cards say. 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is telling me that that's something you really wanted to hold on to, that there's something that you just weren't ready to give up on yet, right? You really just want to keep putting energy into it because you know it can work. But I think Spirit is guiding you to really reconsider, okay? Really reconsider what it is that you're going after, and if it's really going to bring you joy. If once you accomplish it, if it's going to feel like more of a burden, with the 10 of Wands would be the card that comes after this. Is it going to be more of a burden, or is it going to be freeing? Is it going to give you the life and existence that you really truly want to be living? So I want to get one more tarot. 6 of Swords in reverse. So we're going to note that it was in reverse. But in general, this does feel like, are you going to move on to calmer, smoother waters? Or are you going to kind of stay and fight this fight, even after knowing that nothing more can come of it? Nothing more will be coming of it, okay? You've gained everything that you're meant to gain from this situation, or from whatever idea, project, concept you were trying to push forward. You have already gained everything you were meant to gain from it. So the 6 of Swords really is asking if you're going to continue to warrior through, which is not frowned upon, but it just says that it may not be the best use of your energy. Okay, we're going to get some more details here to just kind of see how in the month of January you will be most affected by the astrological placements and transits. Okay, so it does feel like with the Archer here that you'll be fine-tuning your energy. You will be figuring out where it's best to direct it, okay? Because you want the quickest, the most direct path, the most direct course of action is what you're calling for in the month of January. So I do feel like, too, in this month, your aim is going to be more direct, okay? And so whatever this project is, you may begin to see that it wasn't the proper use of the elements that you've been given, or the resources that you've been given. With the element of fire here, there says that you are inspired, you are passionate about these things, but it says that you are also needing to learn the lesson of detaching from things and allowing old energies, no matter how passionate you may have been about them, to fall away, to make room for new. I feel like the Lighthouse card here is also saying that there may be a warning here, a warning of maybe burnout, or just intense dissatisfaction, whereas you're seeming very motivated, encouraged, and high energy at this time, right? So this is saying that a detour may be called for, but this detour is definitely divine, okay? Let's close out your guidance Let's get the starseed message to kind of see what the stars will be saying to you. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Yes, as previously said, there is a moment of truth, you know, and you're going to sit with your truth here. And perhaps you've invested money, time, energy, okay, passion into certain thing, but this is saying that doesn't mean that it was wasted, okay? This is saying to give your time with this situation, with this project, with this relationship, give it some attention, some compassion, some love and understanding as you prepare to move on to something new. All right, group 1, that is your message. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me today. If you found this message to resonate, or if you find it valuable information for you, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay tuned to the different videos that are coming in 2021. Also, if this is resonating and you are more interested in what the stars might want to say to you, we do have a galactic activation called STARGAZE. So if you'd like to go check that out on the website, www.IyandaSiraj.com, STARGAZE is a activation that you can take part in. It's a collective activation that allows for different things like DNA upgrades, the strengthening of your galactic antenna. What this does is clears the way and opens up for communication from your galactic allies. Thank you so much. And we're moving on to group 2. So group 2, if you picked the cinnamon stick, this feels like that there in the month of January, you may be introduced to more fineness in life, more sweetness, more abundance. So it feels that whatever astrological placements or transits are happening for you, there is a bit of sweetness, a bit of reward to it, I will say. Some richness, okay? Cinnamon is known to bring money too as well. So there may be some success when it comes to your finances here. So before we look at your first card, we will check to see what astrological placements or transits are going to be most pertinent for you in the month of January 2021. This can also be significant dates for you as well. So let us see. We have Pallas moving into Capricorn. This is going to be bring pragmatism, development of practical strategies that allow the proposed objectives to be approached in the professional and personal field, okay? Then you have Mars entering Taurus on January 6th. Let's see, Pallas enters Capricorn on January 18th, by the way. So on January 6th, Mars will enter Taurus. You have tenacity, perseverance, possessiveness, dedication to proposed goals. Avoid stubbornness and stick to your routines, okay? What else do we have here? On January 10th, we have Uranus direct in Taurus. Build new bases for your economic stability and a scale of values that represents the person you are now. Update your ideas. So this does feel like a leveling up of sense, because this feels like the changes you've made in yourself and in your life, in your projects, in your career, the changes that have been made need to now be communicated and expressed out to the public, to those who receive you, okay? So this is telling me that there needs to be a revamping, okay? So this may be rebranding, okay? This may be more networking or changing the direction or view, kind of like the direction or view through which, or lens through which you all are seeing the project, all right? I do too feel like there are some strategies that are going to be coming, because it feels that you are really going to be protecting any projects that are here. Any ideas that you have. This is saying that your ideas and your goals need to be updated in accordance with where you currently stand. This is going to require you to take a moment and make sure that everything is reflecting your personal values, okay? Your current personal values. You really want to check in to make sure that you're not holding on to any old ones, and that this new project is new energy, all right? Or this new level of this project, this reworking of this project is actually bringing in new energy. So let's see what your first card says, group 1, if you chose the cinnamon stick. This says sacrifice, number 10. So yeah, this is saying that there may be parts of the idea, parts of the project that you are going to have to release, okay? It's saying that you're going to have to release it with an idea that better, more cohesive energy will be introduced, all right? With Neptune here, this is saying, you know, there is sacrifice that you will be making of your time, of your effort, of your resources to bring this to fruition. But with the number 10 here, this does tell me that it has the potential to go all the way, all right? So a lot of green energy here too. I feel that if you are really passionate, if you're really working from the heart, that you're going to find a lot of success in the month of January and going forward. So any goals that you are reworking, any goals that you are fine-tuning, then this is going to really find success because you are sacrificing the time and the energy to really sit down and really go over things and make sure that there is nothing that is out of alignment with you and with this project. So let's see what else is here for you guys. Oh, okay. Communication is key. Yeah. So teamwork is going to be a big thing here. I do feel that the working together of people, there may be 3 or more people who need to work together, and this may cause miscommunication if everyone is not careful about the intentions that are being put out there. So we want to make sure that when you communicate your vision and you communicate the changes that are taking place, that the people who are with you can understand what's happening. The people who are supporting you, the people who are moving in this direction with you, when you're making changes, it's important to communicate those changes to others so that they can choose then if they are still in alignment with what you are doing or not, okay? Sometimes we're afraid to communicate where we're going with a certain thing because we're kind of still uncertain about it, right? We're still kind of uncertain about what the next step is or what this might turn into. So, but this is telling me that communicating at every stage is probably going to be more beneficial than holding back communication, all right? So step out of that need to kind of like hold your tongue until you know, until you feel like you know. This is saying to just go ahead and share where you are now and have faith in that. Okay, we have the Taurus Ascendant coming up. I do feel too, this is very an energy that you may have to embody at certain points, but it's also feeling like there definitely is going to be a tempering of this energy. I feel with Taurus, there's definitely energy, anything that's being fixed up until this point is going to get a little bit of fluidity. You're going to be introducing a little bit more fluidity into it. I'm also feeling like there is an energy here of saying that that shortcuts won't be the best way to move forward. It's saying that you're really going to need to develop the practical strategies moving forward. Okay, that's where that Palace and Capricorn. It's really talking about not cutting corners and really following guidelines so that your goal can be that can come into fruition. I do feel too as well there is energy of the home. I feel like there is maybe working to bring routines into the home that help to really serve the energy, basically, to really serve the energy. I do feel as well in the month of January, just your general approach is going to be shifting, all right? So if you were more lax before, then you're going to be finding that you're picking up more structure and positive rigid energy, like rigidity that is needed, okay? It's going to reassure people of the faith that they have in you is what I'm getting, because there seems to be a group of people with you, and whatever changes you're making, your communication or your approach is really going to help people feel as though it's safe to continue to follow you or continue to be a part of this, all right? I also feel like it's just really going to really communicate authenticity, okay? And I think that it's going to motivate those around you. You're playing yourself. Okay, let's see. You're playing yourself. Okay, yeah, this is telling me that a lot of, okay, so this is telling me that the things that have been kind of like outside of you, it's almost like it's almost like you're taking back control, right, of who you are and what this project is how it feels. I'm not sure if this energy, if this project or idea has moved into someone else's hands, perhaps, or maybe someone has injected their influence somehow. But this is saying that you have to really show up as yourself. You really have to show up as yourself, okay? Or else you will be the only player here. There's only one player on this. So it's saying, whereas you may have been a single entity before, now you're moving into more of a group dynamic, and so the energy may need to shift. You may need to adjust in that way. Sacrifice. Oh, okay. This is saying also there may be kind of like you may need to, just like group one. So if you feel led to listen to group one or felt led to group one, you may also go listen to that, because it had a similar message about keeping the vision alive, but also being flexible enough for change to happen. So it's saying that if you're overly rigid or overly flexible, then you're going to be playing yourself out of what the vision actually is. All right. Let's move on and get some tarot cards and see what they want to add to the message here. You have the Prince of Cups. Yeah, sincerity. You know, you really, I think that sincerity is a big energy around you. And I feel that this plays into just how you are communicating these changes. People have already begun to kind of flock to you and see you as kind of like a leader. And there may also still be a kind of self-doubt or some type of imposter syndrome that you are releasing or putting a fork in, like, oh, that's done. So with the Page of Cups here, or the Prince of Cups, it feels as though there is an offer or some type of direction that you're going to go into. I do feel like this is also you infusing more authenticity, emotional intelligence, and just clarity to those people who are in the group with you. Yeah, with the Emperor here, with the Taurus Ascendant, this does tell me that there's a balanced approach that you're going to have to take. And that leadership means also saying, oh, this is not working this way, so we have to do something different, even if it was your idea. So I do feel that there is going to be a dose of testing when it comes to your capability to lead and your capability to get your ideas from start to finish. Okay, your see-through, your your follow-through will be coming and being highlighted during this time. Yeah, so I also feel too with this Emperor card here, there's an energy of not being over rigid. I mean, I did say that before about making sure that things are in balance. Also, the Emperor can have a shadow side where he seeks to manipulate, where he has his own aims and his own gains, or his own gains are his aim. So there is also need to pay attention to your motives, okay? And I feel like if there's a question of your motives that come up, then to approach this in a very pragmatic way to where you can offer understanding about your motives without trying to downplay the fact that you do want to receive something out of it as well. So there's something here about being able to stand in the truth of knowing that something is going to benefit you greatly, but that you know that that's not your motive. Okay, let's see what else we can add to expand up on this message here. We have Ball and Chain, Crow, and Garden. All right, so so there could be some type of public speaking, or where you get to communicate your vision or your idea to a group of people. I think that you're really going to need to pay attention to what is going to stand out for that group, okay? I also feel as though emotional attachment to the way things were in the past. I don't think that emotional sentiment is going to be overly beneficial in certain situations. So you really need to be careful how you wield your emotional energy. And because sometimes in business or in your career, an emotional connection to something can be a downfall. So either way, there is a sense of creating new things from something that already exists. And I think that there's a sense of taking any restrictive energies from that and letting them go and moving in a more free-flowing direction. Well, as free-flowing as you really can be in whatever projects, you know, some things don't require a lot of free flow, but or don't allow a lot of free flow, but it does feel like whatever this is does leave space for that. What else is happening? There could be a significant meeting or engagement that you attend. It will give you a platform to speak about what it is that you're doing or the changes that are being made. All right. Let's close out with your starseed message here. Group 2, if you pick the cinnamon stick, then the starseed message for you is transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Right. So this is saying, you know, I wrote a poetry piece and it says, sweet transcendence, the past has little relevance, except to those whose matrix on it maintains some dependence, or except to those who something like that. You know, I can't even say my own poetry, but you get what I'm trying to say, that the past has nothing to do with anything unless what you're doing now is dependent upon the past. So it's a question for you, is how dependent on the past, on the roots of something is your project, is this new sense of being? And so it's asking that you really, really, really transcend any fixed notions in the situation. Okay. All right, group 2, thank you so much for sharing the space with me. I do really hope that your 2021 brings you many blessings of bounty, of beauty, of love. And I really, really, really would encourage you to go check out our STARGAZE events. The STARGAZE activations will allow for you to connect with your galactic family and homies, okay? This is going to offer opportunity to receive light codes, to receive downloads, upgrades to your galactic antenna, which is the tool that we create, or that is created in order for us to communicate and receive guidance from our galactic fam. All right, so check that out over at IyandaSiraj.com for more information. Moving on to group 3. If you picked group 3, the bay leaf, bay leaves are generally good for protection, making wishes, and I would also say general abundance, right? So a lot of spells, you can just basically write a wish or a petition down onto your bay leaf and burn it. I've seen lots of people do it so many different ways, but that's that: protection, abundance, and wishes, okay? But I also feel like with the smoke that comes up, that's how the wish is sent up to the universe. So there's something about kind of like smoke signals, or sending or receiving signals, or sending off signals of success, of even just that you need something. So you may need to communicate with spirit more about what you need, especially if you feel unsafe. So now before we look at the card, ooh, we almost cheated. Before we look at the card, let's see what astrological transits or placements might most affect you during the month of January 2021. And 3. So you can use these for general energies that you might want to work with, or things that might be presented to you. You may also check into the signs, planets, and placements that I'm speaking of to look more into how they might affect you. Also, these dates might be significant dates for you. So this one is January 12th. January 12th, Saturn and Pluto conjunct Capricorn, okay? So this is bringing powerful changes or transformation, internal, external, individual, and collective. Profound change that destroys boundaries and old structures, mental, emotional, and financial, okay? So already I'm picking up big change, big change. Okay, so on January 3rd, you're going to be having Mars moving into Scorpio. This is passion for physical and intellectual challenges, the unknown as a source of learning, adventure, and expansion. Oh my gosh. So this really does feel like you're almost being like everything around you is about to push you into change, okay? Push you into unknown energy so that change can happen. Push you into the unknown areas, the liminal space, so that a new future can be created, all right? On January 20th, you have the sun moving into Aquarius. Unexpected events, creativity, interest in activities that are stimulating at the intellectual level, overcoming limits, and creating the changes you want to see in your reality. With both Sun and Mercury in Aquarius, opportunities in the field of technology and social networks, contracts, and boosting of visibility are happening. Okay, so there might be an opportunity that presents itself to you via social media, via word of mouth, via just kind of like your name getting out there. So there's something that's going to come into you. It's something that you are maybe a little uncertain about, but are really excited about because it's so new, because it's unknown to you, because it is that liminal space of unlimited possibilities. You are going to be very passionate about jumping into it, okay? And any changes that are needed for it, it's almost as if you're going to embrace them with an open and happy heart. I'm feeling like for some people, this is definitely picking up like being on the screen more and being in front of people more. So I'm seeing that there are some big changes you might make in your appearance so that, not so that you can create some image, but it just feels like you want to make sure that your appearance is good and that it's be able to be received well. All right. So let's see what the first, okay, Destiny, Destiny. This is telling me definitely that there is a destined happening for you that's about to come forward, a blessing, a wish granted. It's something that you've been waiting for, and maybe you didn't know that it was actually part of your destiny. I'm here to let you know that it is part of your destiny, okay? It is happening for you. There are steps that are lining up. I feel like there's levels of activation that are going to be happening. We have the Seraph here. So there's oh, and then we have a birth chart up there. So it's almost as if this is written in the stars for you. This is already mapped out. And it's almost as if you don't know any of the steps. And that's what's going to create a sense of passion and excitement for you. Yeah, I do feel like it's part of your destiny. It's part of your person. It's part of you, your plan to be in the public eye, for people to know you, for people to see you, for people to interact with you, okay? And I feel like that's an important thing for me to point out. You are protected. I think that some people do have fears about being in the public eye because it puts you in a very vulnerable place. Maybe some people don't just feel safe in the public eye with everyone watching them. You know, that's a common energy for people. So I think that the bay leaf may also be telling you to just know that you're protected, know that you're safe, know that anything that comes up is part of this plan, and you don't have to worry about it, okay? I'm picking up an energy about being afraid of certain information getting out or being found, some things being found out and not knowing how they would play into your new sense of self, right? So I'm being shown here that the moment that you come to terms with those things, the moment that fear will fall away. Because when you come to accept those things, it really doesn't matter when they may come back up again or when they may present themselves to you again, because you know that you've come to terms with them. You love them. You are not trying to shun them or hide them. Therefore, you don't have to worry about other people finding out, okay? So there is something here that you may need to just kind of, you know, look at within yourself if you have those fears. That won't be for everyone, but if you do have some of those fears, then maybe check that out. Emotions are running high. Yes, the super moon. I feel like there's a lot of energy, a lot of attention is going to be coming towards you. And I honestly feel like there's going to be a lot of different emotions and you're not going to be able to put them in one place or another. This is okay, because I feel that that's a feeling of being overjoyed, of being in bliss. You know, when we're in a feeling of bliss, all of those individual feelings. Maybe it's the food, maybe it's the sensual touch, maybe it's fresh air on our back. There's all these different things that are happening at one time, right? And so it's a lot of energy, and we're not able to go and pinpoint each individual thing. And that is what would cause us to be distracted. If we were trying to say, oh, this is exactly what's making me happy, or this is exactly what's making me happy, we wouldn't be just enjoying the bliss, the happiness, the transformation that's really taking place. Now with this supermoon, I also feel like for some reason that these blessings may come from a faraway place. These blessings or these opportunities. Remember, we talked about networking, and we talked about internet visibility, being more visible to the public. So this is telling me that someplace, I'm picking up on the UK and Europe for whatever reason, but the UK and Europe. So there is a certain place that this invitation is going to come from, or maybe someone says your name or highlights your work somehow, and that's really, really, really going to boost you, okay, in your field, boost you as a kind of like a go-to person in your field. I really love that. And your emotions are not going to be disruptive. I feel like there is a fear about something with your emotions, and I'm not sure what that plays out to be for you, but maybe you know what I mean. Okay, so this is what I'm picking up on actually. There is a fear that other people won't be happy for you, and I'm here to tell you that you're not to be concerned with that, okay? Just don't be concerned with anyone who is not able to be happy for your successes. Usually it's not on purpose. I had a conversation with someone recently who did say that. It says it's not really that a person is upset with what you're doing or disagrees. Sometimes they just don't understand it. Sometimes they don't get it. Sometimes for themselves, they're still trying to calculate how you got from point A to point B. So I just threw that in there for you because I found it very useful to hear that yesterday, and maybe you will too. Capricorn Ascendant is coming out. So yeah, there is going to be a temptation to maintain some level of modesty, or what's the other word? Humility. I think it's important for you to keep that in balance, because if it's fake humility, or humility that only comes from not wanting people to be jealous or not wanting people to be upset, then you're not really living your authentic truth, and it won't take long for that to become a burden and too much of a job. So this is telling me that is one warning. So while you do want to maintain humility, or to a certain extent, you want to make sure that it's authentic, okay? You just want to make sure that you are not doing harm by being a bragger or a boaster, but you don't want to downplay the beauty that has been gifted to you through your hard work, or just that has been destined for you, right? I think that you will need to clap for yourself, and you need to get over the energy of feeling that other people won't clap for you, okay? It's just a given. Everybody's not going to clap. And I think I need to keep reiterating the fact that if you focus on that, you will not get to enjoy this moment in the sun, okay? You will not get to enjoy this moment in the sun. This says that your purpose really during this time needs to be to use your practical mind for enjoying these positive outcomes and how to continue to create them for yourself, rather than bringing in energy of anything else. This says too, this energy that you're in is going to bring a lot of kind of like long-lasting prosperity. So this is saying you know, to, yes, be happy, be joyful, but also bring in that practical mind as you begin to navigate contracts and business plans and all these different ideas, so that it can be a long-lived experience, or so that it can continue to pay off for a long time, right? Let's see what the liminal space has for you. The veil is thin. Okay, yeah, so this is also telling me that, okay, so peace is popping up. That's the first thing. Maintain your peace. Maintain your peace. And one way to be able to maintain your peace is going to be able to confidently and authentically say yes or no. Okay, so anytime that you compromise, or yes, or try to give a maybe, or a yes if this, or no if this, you're going to overcomplicate it for yourself. So if you know, so whenever possible, try to give a solid yes or a solid no. That way you don't again, waste energy trying to navigate something that is not what your focus is supposed to be. That's kind of what I'm getting. Also, you will be intuitively led during this time. There's a lot of intuition happening. You will know which opportunities to take and which ones not to, or which ones just aren't fitting for right now. We also have the cursor here over the number 8, which for me is the number of destiny, okay? I do also feel like it's a number of purity tied to Obatala, right? So there is something here about just knowing that you are connected, and as long as your character remains good and that you know, you keep yourself in check, that you will hear the guidance, you will hear, you know, you will hear your ancestors, the angels cheering you on, motivating you go in a certain direction, okay? Close the portal. Okay, so it says the veil is thin, and then I look to see close the portal. So this does say close the door on the past, close the door on everything else, because you're just like, it's like thin love between love and hate, thin line between love and hate. You know, there's a thin line between planning and then like not having faith that the universe is there for you. So so you have to make sure that you do your planning, but also leave room for the universe to do its thing, because this is all destined to play out. The answers that you need will continue to come to you as you process. As you take a step, another answer will come. As you take another step, another answer will come. So just trust in that, and really allow yourself to move in that fool's energy, staying grounded in the idea that beauty, abundance, and prosperity is for you to experience, and you don't really have to worry about missing out on it. 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. Yes, okay, so there's lots of balance here. There's lots of give and take here. I also feel like there's just a general sense of coming into union with your destiny, coming into agreement with the destiny that has been laid before you, okay? With the 2 of Wands, sometimes we think about pathways or opportunities, and with the 2 of Cups, I think about uniting. So honestly, this is about connecting and uniting with your inner calling, with your destiny. I really feel as though this is something that's going to be moving you forward here soon. Yes, with the High Priestess. Yes, you're receiving downloads, you're receiving things, information, guidance, and everything. I also feel like too, with the High Priestess here, you're about to be highlighted for your wisdom. You're going to be highlighted for your wisdom, for a certain energy that you carry that almost made things seem effortless. Okay, that's something that's going to be highlighted for you in the month of January if you picked group 3. That's also a 2. So you have 222 here, which is coming to 6, which is harmony. But with 222, 222 is also a number of divine balance. It's divine balance, it's reciprocity, it's duality. So this is saying that just continue to walk in that energy, allowing a little bit of light, allowing a little bit of dark, but keeping your path moving forward, okay? Because you're intuitively guided. Everything that you come to, you will have the answer for when you get to it. You don't have to try to over plan for the future here. It's saying keep a practical mind, but don't try to take power out of God's hands or out of the hands of the universe, all right? Okay, Scorpio, Mercury, and the Whip reversed. All right. Oh, and then we have the 3rd person down here. Outside entities or anything like that attempt to cause negativity, that attempt to get you to not believe in where you're going or in what's happening for you. This is something that you're going to go ahead and release with compassion and understanding, okay? You're going to be very, very, very strict about who you allow into your energy field or who around you, because this energy is not something that you want to allow to be polluted by any lower vibrations, okay? So that's coming up in reverse does say that you will have a strictness to you, okay, to avoid a lot of discord, to avoid a lot of repeat negativity that you've experienced before. You've learned that lesson, which is why you've kind of got that strict boundary here now. With Mercury, this is also the Magician here. So this is letting me know that everything is manifest. All of these things are within your power. You have the power to create, experience, protect, provide. You have all of this in your hands, okay? Gifted to you by the gods. With Mercury, you know, this is a lot about communication, a lot about your thought process as well. So I do feel like you are going to be speaking very clearly to people about what you believe, what you understand, or, you know, just offering your insight about certain things to others. This may be what is highlighted on social media or in this boost of visibility that you're looking to experience or set to experience. We also have the Death card here with Scorpio. I will say too, this card highlights something that might happen within 3 to 6 months, okay? This says, I feel like this might be something that you began in October or November of 2020 that begins to really, really, really unfold here in the month of January, okay? So that might be a thing between January and March, right? There might be something that that really is coming into full fruition that was started during that time last year. But there is definitely a strict protection around your manifestations. And this could be by way of just kind of keeping it quiet and only sharing it as on a need to know basis. But this is also just saying that a lot of those thoughts that you had about playing small or about including people or wanting to make sure nobody gets left behind kind of vibe, it's saying that you're really going to dead that so that you can fully embrace this gift that's coming into you. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what starseed message do we have here for group 3? Those who chose the bay leaf, what is the starseed message here for them? Blue flame. Blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. With the blue flame, I do feel like it's also speaking to the throat chakra as well. So this is saying that you will be able to communicate boundaries very well coming up. I think that, you know, you maybe, okay, I kept shuffling, so I'm just going to take it out. Okay, so this is saying that you may have in the past been tempted or even just found yourself surrendering to other people's opinions or kind of shrinking your own voice to maintain peace. This is saying the peace lives within you, okay? You don't have to try to maintain it outwardly by sacrificing yourself, right? So never sacrifice your inner peace for peace outside of you, okay? Meditation is popping up to say, take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. Again, peace is not an outward thing. Peace comes from within. But also that peace from within allows you to handle people who try to disrupt your external peace with compassion and understanding. So that's going to be a beautiful message here because when you do begin to gain this attention from other people, from the world, it feels as though those closest to you may have to take a certain tone, which is authoritative, but also loving and compassionate with these people. So that's a beautiful thing here for you guys. All right, that's all I have for you, group 3. If you enjoyed this reading and feel like it resonated, please remember to like and subscribe. Share the video with anybody that you feel might find it interesting. Also, if you like the idea of speaking with the stars, getting their energy and allowing them to really guide you, please take a moment to go check out the STARGAZE offering that IyandaSiraj.com is offering. This is a collective activation, okay? It's a collective galactic activation that will fine-tune your galactic antenna and help you create an opening for communication with your galactic family, all right? So that information can be found at www.IyandaSiraj.com. It's been great spending this time with you guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace and blessings. Ashe.